In this video, we got the single back deuce close that I used to run back in Madden 21. This is a really good scheme. The play flood used to be completely OP. Doesn't work as good as it used to, but it's still one of the plays that we're going to be using. So these are going to be my four audibles: the HB wham, the HB stretch, flood, and then we got the money play PX post cross. So we're going to jump into the practice field and show y'all how we set this up. All right, we're going to start off with the big play, the money play, PAX post cross. And yes, the hash mark does matter. If you're on the left hash, you want your post to be on the weak side, so the left side. If you're on the right hash, you want your post route to be on the right side. What you're going to do is motion out the B receiver, put them on a comeback route, streak A, block the Y tight end, and then you can keep the play action, but if you keep the play action, you can't double team. So I like to put them on the option route, which is my favorite check down anyways, and that's going to allow you to double team, and you can shift your line to block one way or the other. Now, if you're confident in your O-line, you can actually run something like this where you drag the tight end and put your running back on an out route to give you a little crossing feeling. But the first time you do it, I would definitely run it like this. And then also smart route to post route. We don't need him to go that deep. We want him to cut short because we want him to go underneath the safety. He will either way, but it just takes a little bit longer if you leave it regular. But this is going to be the money play. Double team who you need to. Shift your O-line how you need to. You don't necessarily need to get out the pocket. They do shed a lot quicker when they're in practice than they do in a real game. And that was kind of a bad throw. Obviously, I got the green, but what I mean by that is lead the ball down low. So use your free form and free form underneath. You'll get more separation and more chance of a one-play touchdown. But this will bomb cover 3, cover 2, cover 4. And yes, y'all cover 6 users that think cover 6 lock up everything. All right, the next play I want to talk about is going to be the flood. This play used to be super OP like 2 years ago. But for some reason, the tight end where Mark Andrews is, he doesn't always run the route how he's supposed to. Still a good play. You can run it default and get good results. But I'm going to show you how I like to run it. And yes, the hash mark does matter. If you're on the left hash, you want the corner route to be on the weak side because we need this wide receiver X to be close as possible to the numbers for him to keep the deep blue going deep and open up the corner route. What you're going to go ahead and do though is put the running back on either a swing route, which I prefer. It's really slept on, or an out route like this, but I really do prefer the swing route. And we're going to try to make everything look the same. So just the way we did the money play, we're going to motion out the outside receiver and put him on a drag route. And you can go ahead and put your tight end on an in route or an out route like this and smart route it, or put him on a streak, whichever one you prefer. The streak is a good thing to do right here because he just clears the middle of the field for the drag coming across the middle. But y'all already know the go-to, the streak corner flat concept. We're going to be looking for the tight end right here, basically once he makes his cut. You can see how the fade does a good job of keeping the deep blue deep, so it opens up, and then we have the swing route to keep the flat true to the middle, or true to the flat. But let me just show you with the B receiver on that flat, we're going to have something open in the middle of the field too for a last result right here underneath. Get a few yards, especially if they have their user in one of those linebackers going to help the corner out or going to try to stop the tight end. Now, if you have a tight end with tight end apprentice, by all means, you can make this even better. What you can do is run something like this where you can put a corner. So I did not mean to call hut, but you can run a concept like this where you have a corner route to both sides. Obviously, terrible pass. Again, I just been terrible with the passes lately. But let's go ahead and run that back. You can do something like this. You can put your tight end on a corner route, smart route it to make it a little bit more deep. And then you can put your running back on a wheel route like this. So you still have the concept to the left, but you can also hit the concept to the right. And I mean, you can do more things than that. You don't have to do that. You can do the trail route. You can run something like that, but that's only if you have tight end apprentice or a hot route master. But if not, just put the tight end on a streak, put B on a drag, and then you'll have a nice check down just in case. And don't sleep on this swing route, especially if they're playing deep with their flats and you have a running back that could put a couple moves. That can really be dangerous out of the backfield. People just don't expect it. But that's another way that we like to run the flood. Again, you can run it as a stock play. The only thing I would do is actually I would put the running back on a swing route still, or you can actually put them on a wheel route. This is another way you can run it because we do have the flat with the drag coming across right there. So that's another way you can run it. That's just what makes this play OP. There's so many different ways you can run it and get success because of the fade and the corner route. And you're just basically mix and matching the route combos around that. All right, and then from here, we're going to talk about the two filler run plays, the HB wham and the HB stretch. Pretty straightforward. You're going to want to run the wham when they give you something inside. So like right here where we got this big gap, I would double team one of these guys. And basically what's going to happen is they're going to let this D tackle that we have marked. The O-line is gonna leave him free. The tight end is gonna pick him up and block him. This is a really good run play up the middle. I get a lot of success. And you can see right there, look, I wasn't even trying to do anything crazy, and we get some really good yards. And you can start scheming that with the stretch. Now, there's different things you can do with the stretch. We can make it look the same as if we're doing the money play or the flood play. I like to flip it towards the strong side because we're gonna motion out this wide receiver. We're trying to make everything look the same. Again, only run it to this direction if they're giving you a good look, but I'm just showing you how I like to set it up. But you can get really good results mixing this in with the wham. Another way I like to run the stretch if I catch my opponent off guard is motioning in my tight end like this. Hold on, we weren't even in the stretch, but it could be either tight end. Like if it looks good to the right, you can motion in this tight end. If it looks good to the left, you can motion in the other tight end. And then you can even start, making them overthink it. So let's say I flip the stretch to the left, but I motion over this tight end to the right, and they shift their whole defense to that way because they're worried about it, and it's going to give you an opening this way like this. And that was actually still a good way to run the stretch because that tight end came in, was basically like a lead blocker. But that's another way you can run the stretch. So start mixing in the wham with the stretch, with the flood, and the money play. You can start it off however. You can start hitting them with the money play first, then hit them with the flood, hit them with the run plays. But we are going to jump into the some real gameplay and show y'all this being ran against real users. All right, so we did have the gameplay recorded, and we were talking as we were playing it, but I don't know what happened to the audio, so we're going to be talking over the recording. Right here, you see us setting up the money play. We're motioning this guy out when we're running the stretch. Really no benefit to motioning that guy out other than disguising what we're going to do when we set up the money play and just kind of program my opponent. Okay, every time he motions this guy out, he's probably doing some type of stretch or whatever it is. But that's basically it right there. Right here, do we go for the money play? I don't. Oh no, I think we go for the wham right here. So the reason I go for the wham, like yes, there's a guy right here, but this is either a linebacker or a sub linebacker, so we could get a good block on him. So every time there's a D tackle and then there's this big gap between the D tackle and the D end, that's like the perfect time to do the wham. I think we get some pretty good yards right here as well, with a simple little juke out. Yeah. So that's really a good time to do the wham winner. And he was giving me this look a lot. Could have ran the wham a lot on him. I think we go for a one play money play right here. I believe this is where my left tackle. So again, we're motioning this guy out for the money play. Gonna look the same as when we run the stretch, and I think even when we run the flood. But yeah, I think this is where my left tackle dumbs out right here. Like he's gonna let this guy come in free and not even pick him up. If he picked him up, let's just go back a little bit. You're gonna see the money play is developing. This tight end does a good job of taking the safety downfield, and if I just have a little bit more time, this post does get downfield right here. Like this tight end is gonna take this guy with them, and that's gonna allow my post to get underneath. But look at my left tackle right here, just kind of dumbed out. Part of Madden though, there's nothing you can do about it. You got to take the good with the bad. What do we run right here? Okay, I think this is where he's running a man blitz. Now I think this tight end actually gets open, but when you're getting blitzed, you don't get to see everything on the field. But again, we are motioning this guy out, making everything look the same. And I believe we take the drag route right here. He actually didn't send a heavy blitz. Now that I'm looking at it, maybe I just psyched myself out. But I took the easy money. I could have thrown it here or right here. Even with jukebox, I could have probably done some things there. But I was just being safe about it. We take the yards. 2nd and 17, just trying to get some yards back. Not too. I think this is where we run the wham, maybe. Oh no. Okay, we're actually gonna. What do we set up right here? I'm not even sure. I gotta see the play art. This looks like a run play because I'm double teaming. Okay, we're actually setting up the money play. Do we get it off right here? Okay, yeah, this is where he sent the man blitz, and I just dumped it down to the running back. Right there, I just lobbed it up because I didn't really have an option. I think we run the flood right here to get some yards back. Motioning out, gonna put him on a drag, put this guy on the streak. I want to say he's running like a cover 2, like a show 4, or show cover 4, but it's actually a cover 2 where he's backing these guys up. It's actually show 2 cover 4, but in this case, he's backing his guys up because it is 3rd and 20. I don't know if you've seen what I did with my crow route with the tight end right here. But let me run that back for you. This guy right here, just in case it is man coverage, I can definitely hit this right here. you know, you smart route that crow route to go to the first down. That is a possible first down right there. I did run the crow route right here just to get some yards back, but then I seen that, you know, if it is man coverage, 3rd and 20, but also go for that. And then this concept over here is going to beat zone coverage, which we ended up doing right here with the corner route. Yeah, I'm not sure what defense that was, honestly. That it played kind of weird, but it worked out for us. Are we running a stretch? Okay, yeah, this is the different way that we like to run the stretch, where we motion over that tight end, get an extra blocker. Pretty good run right there. Jukebox kind of played a factor to get a couple of extra yards. Again, he's giving me there's no reason for me not to run the wham right here. D tackle. Look at this the big gap between the D tackle and the defensive end, and then this linebacker is definitely going to get picked up. If you see this, run the wham 100% of the time. Every single time they give it to you. Easy money right there for the touchdown. All right, this is drive number 2. So what I noticed is he's playing the run heavy. So, and he's also been using his safety. So this time what you're going to see what I did is I left the play action. I don't know if it played a factor. I don't know if he just dumped out, but watch what happens to his safety. I don't know if he just waited for that, and then you see he goes for the tight end. It's a little too late. Again, he probably just messed up right there, but we end up getting the 1-play touchdown with the money play on the game 2 right here. Wanted to change it up. We're using the Raiders. Again, making everything look the same, motioning that guy out. We get a really good run by the stretch, almost a 1-play touchdown. Josh Jacobs just being Josh Jacobs right here. Now, this is an important juke right here that a lot of people don't do. I want to talk about this juke. This is real deadly, and everybody's always asking me, how am I, you know, juking the way I do? How am I getting, you know, these 1-play touchdowns? This is a super important juke. Watch what I do right here. Let me back that up a little bit. This is how you control. My bad. I'm backing up a little too far, but this is how you control the defense. Watch what I do with Josh Jacobs. You see how I'm running at this angle, but I know I got this guy coming at me at this angle. As long as you got a decent running back with a decent juke move, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change my body to angle right at him. And what that's gonna do is, if I'm looking straight at him, he's gonna do the same thing and come straight towards me. And then I hit him with a juke move, and it's basically like as if we're running at each other. And a juke move is going to be a juke move in Madden, and that's what happens right here. I get this a lot. You see right there, I controlled him, and that allowed me to get this big gain. Because if I would have just tried to kept running to the sideline, he had the perfect angle at me. Could have probably hit him with a jurtle right here. We just ran at. I did not think I was going to get tackled right there. We came out in the wham, but he did ended up pinching his whole defense, so we switched it to the stretch, doing the same thing. Just taking the easy money right here. There's no reason to overthink this. Because it was man coverage, that guy was following that wide receiver. Second drive right here. Okay, this is a route combo I didn't talk about. This is good for man coverage. Let's go ahead and run this back so we can show you this route combo. If you're going against somebody that's running man coverage heavy and you're in this formation, this is all you got to do. Put both your tight ends on a drag. Now, sometimes you can leave this guy on the post, but another easy thing to do is just put him on a slant. Right here, this guy, whoever his user is going to have to pick somebody up. This guy, Tucker, 94 speed on Slay. This is where you're going to see that speed is king in Madden. I mean, this guy's overall is probably like 72 overall. Does not matter. All that matters is that he's 94 speed, faster than Slay. And what I was doing right there when I came back, I thought he was going to stay clicked on and try to tackle me. And if that was the case, I would have been able to like loop around him. But he clicked off. I think right here we hit him with a good wham. You know, again, this concept, D tackle, D end is too far apart. I'm taking what they give me. Gonna take that easy money, little juke out. Again, that's the same type of juke. So like this juke right here that we just did, let me try to back this up, is the same thing I did when I was controlling that guy on the going to the sideline. We're lined up looking straight at each other. All it takes is a simple juke move. Obviously he clicked on and dove, but same thing. That was what I did when I was trying to control him on the sideline, where I make the DB look directly at me. Oh, was that it? I guess that was it. So yeah, basically that's the scheme. I guess that guy ended up quitting. That's the only reason I would have ended the video. This is just going back to the setup and how we ran everything. Yeah, so my editor kind of messed me all up. This wouldn't have been part of the video, but yeah, I mean, y'all seen us run this game. Y'all seen us run the money play a couple times, and then what to do if they are in man coverage, and just how well the stretch and the wham work together.